guys, I just wanted to pop in here and do a quick intro for today's Chanel shopping vlog because I wasn't sure how I was going to edit my London vlog. I didn't really have a separate intro for each individual clip that I took, but just because I ended up going to way too many Chanel boutiques and ended up with taking way too many clips, I figured we might as well do a dedicated Chanel shopping vlog and go on a browse together. Now, if you're wondering when I became such a big Chanel fan, the reason I went to almost, I'm pretty sure, every single Chanel boutique, I think I must have gone to at least 5 of them, is because the two pieces that I had on my official London wish list were a pair of sneakers and a Chanel tweed jacket. And if you have seen my London unboxing, you already know which one of those ended up coming home with me. But that's the reason why I went to so many Chanel boutiques. And then one more thing that I wanted to tell you about is that all of these clips were taken around mid-December when I was in London. But thankfully, some of the boutiques, well, actually one to be specific, was kind enough to let me know and sort of give me a wink when I was looking at certain pieces and let me know that certain pieces that I was trying on were very likely going into the sale at the beginning of January. So whenever we look at those pieces, I put a little star up on the screen just to let you know that those, I was told that those possibly will go into the sale at one point. So if you're interested in any one of those, make sure that you get in touch with your local boutique to see if number one, if they have them in stock still, and two, to see if your store is going on sale this time around, because I know that my local store is not, but if you're in the UK, it's very likely that these pieces are already on sale. So I just wanted to let you know, and I'll try my best to put the reference number and even the price up on the screen if I can find them, just so if you see anything that you like, it's easier for you to find. But without further ado, if you'd like to come on a browse with me, do Chanel and have a little preview of the Chanel sale, which at this point, at least in the UK, is in full action, then please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and keep on watching. Let's start our Chanel adventure at Harrods, which was actually the first Chanel boutique that we stopped by, because Chanel Harrods has definitely the largest quantity of Chanel pieces, but when it comes to quality, I'm not quite sure. They mainly had older pieces, much older pieces across the board, but because I was looking for a pair of sneakers, I thought I had to stop by their shoe department, which, as I mentioned before, had a few unique pieces, including this exclusive design, which came in black, pink, blue, and yellow, as well as this pair of sneakers, which I tend to call the Chanel Air Force, even though that's technically not their name, but they kind of look like if the Nike Air Force sneakers had a baby with Chanel. Now, I had seen these sneakers 1,000,001 times before, but always in white. I had never seen them in black, and there's probably a reason for that, because they don't look nearly as good in black as they do in white. Just like this lilac jacket, most pieces that they had available at Harrods were from the fall winter collection or from even seasons prior to that. So they had this lilac jacket, and they also had a ton of these cropped jackets and blazers, which seems to be the big thing that Chanel is doing now. This is one of their most favorite silhouettes of the moment, so they definitely had quite a few of these available. And then they also had quite a few bags in this silver finish, which I have to be honest with you, is not a favorite of mine. I actually thought that this quilted Chanel bag was a really cool modern take on a camera bag, which, if you're looking for a more masculine bag from Chanel, this might be something that you want to look into. Even though this piece is all the way back from 2020, I just had to pull this out for you because this was one of the quote-unquote both pieces of the collection that was all hand beaded and hand detailed with all these ostrich feathers and sequins that they still had a couple pieces of, which is not surprising considering that it's just under 30,000 pounds. I have been on the hunt for the perfect black tweed Chanel jacket for I don't even know how many years at this point. I would probably need two hands to count it, but this jacket, I have to say, came pretty close from the 2021 Mété Dark collection, which tend to be my most favorite collections from Chanel, and 2021 was no exception. I love this jacket, I love the finish, I love the details, I love the cut. The only thing that put me off of buying this were these puffy sleeve details, and when we asked the tailor if that's something that they could tweak for me, they said that it would change the overall design and silhouette. So unfortunately it's not something that they're able to do, and I believe this jacket was just under 9,000 pounds. I think it was maybe 8,900. For that kind of money, you have to love what you're buying. Moving on over to Selfridges, the selection here was a lot smaller, and again they barely had anything from the current cruise collection other than a couple of t-shirts. But that doesn't mean that I didn't find a couple of things that stood out, including this shearling bag, which by now you guys know that I have a soft spot for Chanel bags in unique textures, and this one in shearling I really liked. And then I also had to dedicate just a few more seconds to this denim classic flap, because to be honest with you, this might be the most beautiful Chanel bag I have ever seen. I did own a Chanel de Ville in denim at one point, and after seeing this bag in denim, I'm so mad at myself for actually selling my de Ville. And then our last stop on this Chanel adventure is going to be the Chanel store in Chelsea, which we literally stopped by, I don't even know, just a few hours before we had to head over to the airport. And I'm so glad we did, because it was probably my most favorite Chanel location out of all the ones that we had a chance to see in London. I loved all the pieces that they had, and surprisingly they had the most newer launches in stock. They had a ton of amazing bags and ready-to-wear pieces available, and I also got to see a handful of pieces that were going on sale. So the pieces that I'll show you here with a star next to them are pieces that ended up in the Chanel winter sale. I've been looking for this for ages. I remember seeing this on the runway alongside a couple of other different pieces that I loved, but the fit just doesn't work for me. It makes me look really quite bulky. I think it might be better in a larger size, but there's just a lot of fabric and it's really quite thick and chunky. But in case you're interested, it is a nice sweater, and it is in size 42. I think the one that I'm trying, yeah, I think it is a 42. So it is nice, but it's just not the most flattering on me. The style of this I love, but it is way too small. I don't even know if I can turn around in these. They're so tight, but it is a pretty cool style. I like the fit of these. If they were probably 2 or 3 sizes larger, this could be pretty good. So in conclusion, what do I think about shopping for Chanel in London? One thing that I have to point out is that it's amazing the variety of different Chanel boutiques in London. I'm pretty sure that I went to I want to say 5 different boutiques in London, and then I also stopped by their boutique at Heathrow. So they definitely have plenty for you to choose from. Not to mention that each one of the boutiques has a completely different approach to visual merchandising, customer service, the products that they have available. So there's definitely variety. I'm thinking if London is the city with the most Chanel boutiques that I've been to. Probably New York has more because New York has 64th Street on Madison, then on 57th, Bloomingdale's, Bergdorf, Saks, who else? Hudson Yards, Soho, yes, so New York definitely has more. But anyway, London has a lot for you to choose from. But one thing we have to keep in mind is that Chanel is more expensive in London than I think anywhere else in the world. I don't know why, but the prices are so much more. I don't know the exact number, but I would dare to guess that about 20% more than anywhere else. And London no longer does VAT back, or I should say the UK no longer does VAT back, not even at the airport. So if you're thinking that you're going to save some money by doing some duty-free shopping, there's no VAT back in the UK. So you're going to be paying the exact same prices at the airport that you will be paying in the stores. I was really surprised by that, but that is the case, and I think it has been the case for nearly a year at this point. So just keep that in mind. You're not going to London to save money on Chanel, but you have a lot to choose from. And if I had to pick my most favorite boutique that I've been to, it was definitely the one in Chelsea, which we were told it's more of a hidden gem that mainly caters to the locals, and I could easily feel that just based on the customer service, how busy it was, what they had available in stock, and how much time they spent on making sure that you have the best time. I could definitely tell that they were not really a touristy location. So I would highly suggest that you check out their boutique in Chelsea. And if there are any Londoners watching, please do share your feedback with us and your tips, because obviously I was only there for 5 days this time around. So these are what I have picked up. These are my little tips and tricks that I learned. But if you have any insights for us, please let us know in the comment section. I would really appreciate that. But this really completes today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you'd like to see more shopping vlogs from me, then be sure to give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here, and I hope to see you back here with a new video really soon. But for now, bye.